stream and got kicked from session. Not sure what happened there with Lord Life. I was in a session with him. Let's put them both in a message together. But we have Lord Life v Maxwinenweed. Gosh, I can't see my friends list. Yeah, me and my wife fell apart there. Not sure what happened. Let's get these invites out. Plays up. Let me 9 to 5 this week. Sure. There we go. Just letting them know that they either need to invite me or join my session. And I'm going to share my stream around now. It's up and going. But I hope everybody is very well. I'm going to share it through that. I need to do it through the web app. I'm just rushing through my pizza as well. I've not had an invite. Not just yet. I can't join that session. 1 second, guys. I just need to message Lord. Yeah, my phone's so slow. Sorry. But join. There we go. There's that sorted. Let me again. Now share my screen. I'm doing the wrong buttons. It's not my phone. Just about. Indeed. No, it's all backwards. Right, let me get them both in my party. Might be worth me restarting stream real quick. I don't know, we'll just leave it. I might do a bit of editing. There's Lord Live, there's Max. Let me share this quickly. A play together function ready to go in a second. Oh, hey Lord, it just my friends list was just playing up a bit, so I'll do the play together. Sorry about that, just disconnected. Yeah, Jack did that the other on. Esco did it the other night, and we had to start again. Lord, perfect. And I did send an invite to Max as well. He's not joined the party. Let's see if nothing is right enough for him. If you can see Max when you get into the session, if you invite him, if he doesn't join the party. Perfect. Oh, there we go. Yep. Yep, you're allowed to use the same tracks back to back, or you can change what you want. So you can change 1, 2, 3, 4, or none. It's all up to you. While we're here on stream, my man, I'll offer you huge good luck going forward, as I always do, and hope that you can at least go away proud, whatever the results are, so you're not disappointed in yourself. Main objective. Yep. Max is very good as well, so you should be in for a pretty good fight here. He's not a bad opponent. Yeah. Yeah, and let me know track. There we go. I was just asking Max to let me know his tracks. I'm coming to spectate now. Max is in the session, and we'll be good to go when you two are this time. I'll just finish sharing the stream around. There it is into chat. There it's going. And pros. But we are here with Maxwinenweed and LXRDLIFE. And as Lord did just say, they do know each other, they race regularly, and it is usually pretty tight between the two, swapping victories here and there. And I know from racing both that it should be a good fight between the two. Lord is hoping to progress so he can go up against another top level opponent as well and see what he can do in the competition. I'm sure Max is feeling the same, looking to show themselves off in the best possible light. Right, and that's perfect. That lets me know. I'll be able to tell whose tracks are what from that. That's lovely. Thank you very much, Mix. And I'll write this down now. Yep, no worries, my man. Again, good luck to yourself and good luck to Max. And I'll see you soon. Just writing my notes down so I can keep track. We are on to LXRDLIFE's track first. Max's tracks are H200, Dual, Zebra, and Rat, City Air, sorry. And LXRDLIFE's are a bit of a surprise. I am feeling the tension building already. Zebra is going to be down to if one of them goes for the cut. And The other takes it nice and clean. There we go. I'll just let them both know I am ready. Maxwinenweed just asking for a quick moment. We just need to grab a drink. I'm gonna just very quickly yam the rest of my pizza, and I'll be back with you in a sec. Sorry about that. Hello everybody, that is Spam. How are you going, man? Sunset, I hope you're doing good. Alex and my man Hassan, and then the people watching in the darkness. We are on the line. This is LXRDLIFE's first track. Max falling slightly behind off the start. Oh, that pizza just did its job nicely. Does hit the barrier. I am going to swing to LXRDLIFE with it being his track. Should be able to handle the pressure nicely, nice and comfortable around here. I'm imagining we'll let Max just settle into it for the first lap. Yeah, it is. Oh, it's the gilded go, Hassan. You're not the guilted. Guilted sounds like you've committed a crime. Gilded means you're coated in gold. You're the golden goat, basically, Hassan. That's what the saying is. LXRDLIFE a little heavy off the barrier. Did lose some engine revs to our ears. Not sure if that was the case for his actual car. Nice and clean across the curbs though. Oh Lord, that's really close to the edge. That does give Max a strong chance to retake the lead. Has swung on past Lord, mate. I feel your pain. I've made that error so many times. I'm sure more than yourself. You are normally an exceptionally consistent driver. That goes in for the cut across really nicely. Is this Lord? I think he's taking a little bit of time out of the chats just for a while. I don't think anything necessarily overly bad's happened. A couple of people didn't respond too well to his humour, but I believe it was all jokes. He's been a bit bored during lockdown, as we all have been, and tried to make it a little bit more entertaining for himself through lockdown by creating, as I've been saying, looking for that sort of beef a little bit, but maybe just cross the line here and there. But again, I don't judge it. I found it quite funny in general. Hey, Verlieben. How you going, Albo? Oh, heavy off the ball again, but nicely caught. We are going to swing to the left, see if we see Lord coming up nice and clean behind. It looks like he cleared it nicely. Pat the horn, pardon, from Matt on the way past. There's a really clean tube from Matt, rushing across the barrier. rushing into the curved barrier a little hard. And I'm now not hungry. I have finally managed to finish my pizza, so my words should flow a little bit smoother from this point forward. But I am very, very well other than that. I am going to have a big swig of my drink just to wash it down. And we get into the action. Nice pull across onto the blue platform, just avoiding those, planting in nicely, putting the car round nice and clean, little honk with the horn sharply. Ooh, and Max hits the tube on entrance. Of the tube, and that is potentially going to allow Lord Life the chance to shorten the gap, but Lord is a little further behind, with the respawn having taken off such a significant portion of time. Again, can't feel anything but sorry for the young lad. The lad showing him hitting the tube a little heavy, but it was nice and smooth in actuality, pulling through the tube really nice and clean. We'll have a look at Max's time, 2:41.060. That was with the big barrier smash, a lot of lost time, and then the 3:14.162. Big mistake. Now again, congrats for Heredia. Yeah, pulled it back to 15 points on the last race and took a 1 point lead. Good after them, a few points above Jack. Very nicely done, lad. Again, thank you for hosting that. And hello Dennis, I hope you're very well yourself. Lord, nice and tidy to see Lord bring his time down to a 2:31.819. Max was unable to improve with the tube hit. Maybe that was the lap with the tube hit, maybe it just crossed the line, and we will flip back with having seen nice clean lines from Lord, potentially definitely showing he is shortening the gap, and we will go to Max to see if there's any mistake. Give Lord that opportunity. Oh Lord! Pushing hard to try and crank up the pressure on Lord. Let's get rid of the hood for a minute. I believe you will be sticking with this until straight all in. Nice clean transition, a little safe, flying a little bit longer than you would like on a perfect run, but just making sure it's nice and clean, and again just taking a shorter cut across so he's able to get round and line up into the tube nice and clean. Well played from that. Takes the cut, but takes them nice and clean and safe to make sure he does sustain the lead and take the first race potentially away from Lord, or giving himself the opportunity to take the first race away from Lord without any mistakes. Final jump up and spins through the tube, so I think he has enough time for a little barrier crash, but not too much more. Really clean. What we've seen, a little high over the jump, coming down nicely, about halfway point down the ramp. With that, I will flip back to Lord. And we will head on now with Lord pushing really hard to try and close the gap up a little bit more. Did come into contact with, I believe that mate is going to the DNF. Lord has kept best lap, showing he was gaining. and potentially without the crash there, well, without the crash he would cross the line. We would have potentially seen a further improvement. He was at a good rate of knots when we left him. Been nice and clean through the first sections, but with the wide jump going a little too far to the right, did see him need to respawn and then having to try and crank the speed up more and more. Maybe made one or two mistakes trying to recover a lost ground. But with it being down to race wins, points really don't have any significant impact other than mentality, potentially. Like confidence going into the next race and such like that. Like there's no further loss or damage than the race loss. 12 points or 0, it is the same result. Now we are on to Racing Alley. This is the second of Lord Life tracks. H200 Dual Zebra, and in the City Air, sorry, are Maxwinenweed choices. Lord taking host advantage and going with 2 of his own, and maybe Max will repeat that in the second hosted playlist by himself when he gets to return a host advantage. So again, it is more just down to what you agree on between yourselves, or you decide on as host if you're first and then the opponent can match it. Then it is the same, but I do think one of the fairest ways is to, if you're host, you can start with one of yours or one of theirs, and then rotate between every couple or 1 or 2. If anybody is wondering, best way to do it. But Lord has taken decent lead. Max hitting a couple of the wide pins, allowing Lord to pull a bit further away, and we are going to swap on to Lord Life and just see just how clean he can be. Now, earlier this week, Alex, mate, this is no shade at you, this is more a slight little dig at Sick for being a bit of a meanie. Alex did get the unofficial 2-lap world record on Racing Alley, but then Sick, not too many hours later, went out and stole it away officially from him, being a little meanie. But he's been a bit jokey about it. They have all taken Alex under his wing and he's coming on very well, just showing him that there is still a little level to climb here and there, and the work's not yet over. But again, pointing it out because it shows the incredible potential he has, and Lord Life with a nice clean safe cut, holding his lead nicely. Very nicely indeed. Oh, we see Lord. He's a little tease. He's a little tease, Lord Life. You have to give him the credit. You saw him start to swing in for it with like cheeky little fucker. Then he swings back down the ramp, just teasing us and teasing the eyes. Now, we know Lord is more than capable of the cuts. We have seen him do cuts. It's just in these situations, Lord is one for the best thing to do, and quite rightly too. He does take a lot of 1v1 victories. Did beat myself, I did point that out on stream yesterday. He's taken wins against a fair number of the community, and you kind of have to respect the style when it does work that way. But then, as long as you're willing to give the respect back when you're beaten, it's all good. As long as you're not a sore loser, that's my thing. Lord does clash with the spinner, but Max is little bit of a way behind. I believe he's just entering the tube behind Lord. Going to head through the spinners. We'll go to Max on the final lap. Or maybe it's best, I don't know. We'll do it on the final lap after Lord crosses the line. Lord pulls nicely into the tube. Nice connection with it. we do see Max just landing after the jump, swinging to the right and around to left into the tube himself. Lord did get a 137.965 to the 157.434 with a mistake from Max. Good strong lead this time. Lord plays it nicely, no further teasing. And hello my man gaming, I hope you are very well. You see Max coming through the tube. Did maybe look as though he'd have to have a little respawn. Not sure, the car looked like it started from dead. We'll give it a little bit of time just to see what his time was as he crosses the line. Lord, don't think had any significant improvement. No, Max, pull your car round, lad, pull it round. Oh, landing with a bit of a heavy touch on the right side back bumper, but does get the car pulled round enough that it doesn't cause too much more significant time loss, swinging around the invisible pins that are already locked from the previous one, just remembering the lines and not losing. Oh, a little clip on Max. I'm sorry man, that cut at high speed is not the easiest by any means. I'd prefer myself to completely skip that section of the track and drop off before. But then you do run into the issue of just driving straight into the tyre or clipping the wall, and you can do wall rides, you can do barrel rolls off it. I've exploded. It is a very fast cut, and you did see it was maybe more of an accidental DNF from Max to Lord, but these two again, they do race regularly. But it would maybe be good to see, certainly if there's maybe no chance of improvement in allowing each other a chance to finish. But again, I do understand the wanting to crack on and through, and that is Lord Life bringing it back to 1-0. But Max has been able to take one out of the 4 tracks from Lord so far, losing the other, and we'll see now whether we go on to Max's or if Lord is taking the opportunity to put his track first. Again, no judgment from myself. Oh, he didn't think about doing it, he was teasing us, Alex. He was teasing us. And Lord is a very tactical player in these scenarios. Like, he doesn't, unless there's desperate need to, he won't. Like, he'll hold the lead, and it is in these situations in higher pressure you have to kind of respect it. We are on to Gauntlet, so that is 3 of Lord Life's tracks back to back. Now Lord, I have seen him recently around here been getting better times and pushing nice and hard. Max though does appear to have closed the gap ever so lightly through the ebb. Lord, good transition down, and Max is coming through nice and strong. We are going to stick with Max for a moment. Nice and cleanly passed with that pass. Lord aggressive across the curbs, retakes the lead down this first straight, really nice into the first corner, so close between the two. Lord has started to extend away, is slightly cleaner across the curbs, using the barrier to catch the car and pulling out just before gaps in the barrier. Now, I did see Zombie doing that very aggressively the other day, and it is a way to maybe line it up nicely, make full effect of boots. Now, see Max not being comfortable with this track, not taking the risk. Lord gets it nice and clean, and that is going to allow Lord Life to pull away. Lord has clearly chosen this track very wisely, knowing that his competency with the tube exit is maybe going to see him through. We are going to stick with Max throughout completion of this lap, and then we will go apply that pressure on to Lord. Swings into the tube, nice and heavy, swings around nice and quick, meeting the boost at the bottom of the tube, swings around, a little bit of a lag spike. The car cranks up to speed, but it's got a little bit pain up. We keep seeing the camera go, and the lag again shows the car bricking, but the lack of engine thread change. Now it looks like Lord maybe did the same exit here, having already extended a good lead, did not need to take the risk. As I said, I am going to stick with Max throughout this. That Lord already pulling away and gone through the checkpoint, extending his lead and heading through the main pillars. Max goes the opposite way to myself. Really close, Max. That was tight. Now Max, you're just going in nice and clean. Again, not taking a big risk on the disconnect from the tube, potentially losing all contact. Now I will be heading over to Lord as Max crosses the line, and we'll have a look at when time. Nice, final ramp skip, a little bit long, plenty of time to pull the car around, do it so a little aggressively, big slide on the exit of it. With that, we are going to take the time, just as he crosses the line, to give time to settle in, head to Lord Life, and just see what he can manage to do. He's a fair way ahead, 256.012, first lap there from Lord. Really nice time if he is able to shorten that and get good start, and then get good clean tube exit. Sorry for that hit on my headset. He should be able to improve down to potential 53, 52. But nice time there from Lord, and we do, it is a significant improvement from Lord from when I faced him on this track a few weeks ago. It appeared to be one of his weaker tracks at the time, but he's surely making up for it now and catching the pace up nicely. That's a really clean exit, no chance of shooting anywhere but straight. Nice and true, didn't go left, nowhere near the edge of the platform. Really nice and clean. Nicely across the curves again, clean corner, feathering the throttle nicely, fires squealing lightly as he applies high traction, or tries to keep the high traction through the corner. Nice through corner point of the tube. Swings the opposite way than we're maybe used to seeing there, but he does take the mobbing approach, no guidelines necessary. And out of the exit, that is a nice clean exit, taking the risk this time with it being on show. Nice tube exit there, my man. I can't see the times, can I? No, it'd be nice to be able to see the clock here, see what sort of lap time he's on. But I imagine he's landing there somewhere around the 204 to 206 mark. Maybe a 207, and we'll see how he manages to come around the rest of the lap. Putting it through the tube nicely. Nice exit from Lord, nowhere near the barrier again, just drifting two wheels over the curb. Really nice and controlled, and this should be a significant improvement from that 256. We saw the 307 from Max, meaning there was an 11-second lead at the start of the lap. And this, I have to say, is clearly a very smart pick from Lord Life, able to get him back good advantage and down to the 253.409. Good 3-second improvement, almost 3-second improvement from Lord Life. And that will be cranking up the pressure and stress onto his friend Max. Again, I know both of these opponents, I know especially just from speaking to him in the party, Lord is really wanting to get through to the next round of competition. He does want to come up against potentially the likes of well, we've already got Esco through. There's the potential to face Kino or Randos, Jack, Spartacus. Yeah, just the matches we've had already. Then there's GG Mobbing coming up against Foxtrot tomorrow. Like, there's so many top class battles coming up over the next week. Oh Lord, it's a little short, but I believe your lead at that point is strong enough to hold on. It did look like it was going to be really nice and clean, but just pulled up ever so short. Max is coming through the tube as well, but not feeling too confident with the exit, is sticking to his line, and that does show Lord pulling away again. Not too far ahead though, only just having gone up the straight, past the boost and round the corner now. And if there's any more mistakes from Lord, Max now in a prime position to capitalise upon it. Yep, the rest of Jack v Spartacus today at 11 PM tonight UK time, so in 4 hours 15 minutes, and then I have Randos v Kino at 9 PM UK time, so in just over 2 hours 10 minutes. So we will have the confirmed confirmation of who is progressing between them two matches by the end of this evening. And then it is Mobbing v Foxtrot confirmed in for tomorrow night at 8 PM, and Lord Life and Max may complete their round as well. They are just doing the first playlist tonight. Nice clean entry into the tube there from Lord. Nice time to swap across to him, able to complete out a lap. Ooh, close to getting hung up in the barrier after the tube, but did pull down to the left nicely. So yeah, Max versus Jack, just over 4 hours 10 minutes, and Kino v Randos in just over 2 hours 10 minutes. So it's a nice busy day. Really nice and cleanly across the line by Lord. I don't think there is going to be much chance of Max DNF in this one. Able to hold pace since is landing nice and clean with 20 seconds to get across the line. Just slowing up slightly, knowing not on for PB maybe, but 2:53.4 from Lord Life. A really nice improvement we're seeing from Lord. I know when we went up, his best time was up above 2:58. Not quite sure what it was, and with the few mistakes he did DNF this track, it was, as I say, maybe one of his weaker tracks. He spent the last few weeks really grinding it out and got himself down to a nice, respectable time. 2:53.409, I believe it was. Like I say, pushing in to them top times now. And we'll see what the next track is. That does make it 2-1 Lord Life. Now Max with a lot of work to do to pull it back. I'm not sure what the track is. Could be it is Raton. This is the final of Lord Life's tracks. Lord maybe playing a little bit naughty, a little bit dirty, choosing all of his in a row. But it is host's choice. So it's been Skinner, Raton, go on, I can't remember what the other track was. I do see Max had pulled away a good, strong lead. Lord, it did look like he'd gone slightly further left, maybe thought about going for the ramp cut. That's nice and cleanly across the curb, shortening the gap nicely, clipping a little bit of the ramp. Ooh, caught the car really nice and did swing into the lead momentarily. The extra drive down the hill from Lord did give him back the lead momentarily. Max has swung back into the lead. Lord with a thinner line pulls the better line into the tube, does get the connection early and pulls back into the lead through a good tube entrance. Max following the line set by Lord now, slightly different in the Emma here and there. It's a similar line, nicely committed to by both. Nice low exit from Max, a little bit shorter, giving him the higher speed into the tube, but the big slide may be costing him that. Max goes the opposite way, pulls up onto the side of the tube nicely though, and able to pull down at the last second. But we do see Lord swinging through the banked right hairpin there nicely, nice and clean, tight to the apex. Nice clip of curb from Max through into the tunnel. Really exceptionally clean tunnel there from both and without the slide. But what happened to Lord Life there? He had ended up backwards after clipping the very top of the hill, got himself spun around really quickly, minimising the time damage there. Really clean. Heavy feathering of the throttle and hooked up on the barrier while on two wheels, and that unlucky, sliding out after getting the brake boost. Right through into tube. And going on. Sorry, I've just got a PlayStation message and I thought I'd maybe got myself double booked, but it is. So Robbie, that's Luke's opponent for Thursday at 9 PM. So I've not done anything wrong. Luke's confirmed that in and booked it in with him, so that's nice, and Luke's come to me nice and clean. And Lord in for the wall ride, gets out a little bit high but nice and clean, no worry about sliding or slipping, no spin, and that will allow him to catch up a little bit of lost time from the big spin and slide after the first brake boost opportunity. Cuts the ramp top edge very nicely, making sure that he doesn't come into contact with that top part of the hill again. See 1:59.855 from Lord Life. Nice time, any time under the 2 minute mark is starting to become a good time. Nice ramp skip here from Lord as well. It looks good and short enough, able to pull around nice and tight. No need to feather the throttle really at all, other than to pull the car around nicely through into this section down the hill and through this sneaky S-bend. Just need the feather tap of the brake on entry, just making sure he can pull himself nice and cleanly through over the rocks of the mountain, and he has a good strong lead over Max. 2:02.578, also a nice time there from Max, but not quite breaking into that top level on this track. Or able to apply the pressure, getting nice crisp clean lines through the tube, pulling down nicely onto the track. No chance of getting onto the mountain, as I do occasionally. Very clean lines across the curbs and into the tube again. pulls up high and low, levels out, so it's a nice flat jump out. Really clean, Lord, really clean, really tidy. Now let's see this get done nice, and you're going to be on for a good improvement. Catches the car, it bucks up a little bit on landing, loses the speed and not going to be able to clear the jump. We are going to skip back to Max. Lord was pushing really nice and hard there, pushing for good improvement. Wall ride just not very kind to him on the exit. Back the car bricking slightly. Looks like Max did get caught up in the spinner, but should have the time to finish. With the mistake from Lord. Saying mistake from Lord, it was more just the in-air car control was not fine enough to pull the car back round. Handled it enough to stay on the track and all that sort of thing, but the car did jump up and behave a little bit unwieldy. Now Max should have time to get through to the end, but did clip the tree. And as I always say when I do it myself, this is not a shot at Max, but George of the Jungle, watch out for that tree. Ooh, and Max, man, again, I can fully feel your pain, and that wasn't a shot at you, that is what I say to myself, and I do it. I was fully with you there, as I always get with the drivers, the racers, pilots, however it is you refer to yourself or them. No, that is Lord Life with a 3-1 lead. Heading in to Max's track. Max was able to take one of Lord Life's tracks away from him, and now has second half advantage, so to speak, with the tracks now swapping round to his own. It's the first time we've seen it done quite like this. It has in general been done rotating between the tracks. Jack himself put it on to randomised. I hate that tree too, Asan, and I'm guessing you've maybe sung that song to yourself maybe once or twice, or had the thought run through your head if you've ever seen that film, or ever seen the memes of people walking into the trees. We are on to H200. As I say, this is now Max's selection of tracks, so I believe we've got H200 Dual, Zebra, City Air. Max will be hoping to be able to take 4 tracks himself, take the lead into the second playlist, but I do know Lord is not too bad around here at all. Is going in for the early wall ride to apply the pressure. Pulls out of it nice and clean, and that is Lord Life with a good, strong lead. Max nice and cleanly round this section of the track though, into the tube. Really nice, really clean, Max. Really tidy, and as usual, as I normally do, I'll see this lap out with Max where I started. Hung up on the ramp ever so slightly, pulls it back round with a nice clean J-turn and back into the tube. Nice and smartly done, limiting the time lost. And there was a lot of water beneath the ramp, so I believe he would have got heavily hung up in the water. Nice and cleanly across onto the curb, avoiding the gap in the barrier nice and smoothly. Now, having to feather the throttle heavily to make sure he avoids gap in the barrier again. Nice and high onto that left wall. Gets the shape of the car really nice. Heavy on the brakes through the corner. Really nice and clean. Lord pushing hard, has been able to hold his lead and slightly extend it since the wall ride. The 132.660 from Lord Life on the first lap. The 137.162 from Max. Lord is flying. 132 is much 2 seconds quicker than my own lap here. So again, full credit going to Lord. Pulls out nicely, barrel roll off the exit. Fantastic flare there from Lord Life. That is the flavour we love to see for YouTube. Not sure it was 100% meant. We would normally try to pull out a little bit earlier, but the way he caught that little bit of blue sent the car into a wonderful 360 barrel roll. Nice and tidy. Oh, had to pull exceptionally hard into the tube, got hung up slightly in the water, and that has done a little bit of damage, but he has, I'm guessing, been able to extend the lead on Max, with the rest of the lap being quite as clean as it had been. Got a little bit lucky with the barrel roll, but have to respect it. Good flare, lovely flare. And it got me nice and excited. The car bucking up a little bit, control it, nicely done, lined it up perfectly. And it was wonderful timing. Alex couldn't have done it any better if I'd have tried. If I had tried, I'd have failed and missed the wall ride completely. But this obviously a track Lord been pushing and trying hard on. We don't see any improvement with the big slide into a tunnel and the hang up in the water. But I don't think a long jump, ride the curve nicely, avoiding the gap in the barrier again. But I don't think that little click with the blue did him any significant time loss. Side of the car just catching on the ground. We see Max coming through the jump. We are going to flick back to Max with him having a good chance to close the gap up. Nice, cleanly round the track. Now it does appear this isn't me understating or putting any damage onto Max, but Max may be a little bit more along the lines of Speed Demon. Just carries a little bit more speed, chasing some curbs, nice and aggressive. Just more cut from that old school racing style, and maybe will want to get learning the cuts. Unlucky for Max as he does go in for that ramp skip there, but hung up on the right side of the ramp with the left side of the car. Again, Max, when you're watching that back, this isn't me saying that you're on level with speed, just saying you're more cut from that similar mould, not as comfortable with some of the cuts. Heavy bash off the barrier, allowing Max to shorten the gap again, but Lord does have enough of a lead, has taken the first of Max's tracks away from him. That does take Lord onto 4, guaranteeing him a draw at the very least. As we head into final 3 tracks. And 32.660 on the first lap from Lord was the best lap, and as I say, a better lap time than my own. 1:37.162 again, it was on the first lap, but I believe Max did make a couple of errors and was unable to improve upon that. But Lord may be taking advantage of the fact that he had a 3-1 lead and able to capitalise on his zebra. So, this is Max's second track. Lord braking across the crest of the hill, down the speed nicely now. Lord going, oh, I think he maybe tried to sell Max into it, or make us believe he was feathering the throttle nicely, shortening the jump by a little bit more than Max. Max going very long, Lord on the track already, accelerating away. but Lord was either trying to play mind break games with Max, make him go for it himself, or playing slight mind games with ourselves, making us think he was going to head in for it, but playing a wide approach from both, allowing whatever happens on the track to happen on the track, not to be made mistake on by track now. You see, Lord getting a little bit ducky on the jumps, but handled it nicely, got across all four nice and clean into the tube, nice and tidy, but Max, section and clean across that section, was able to shorten the gap up, nice and clean. Good clean exit from both. Lord, I believe, ever so slightly extends the lead. Lord Life goes right, Max goes to the left, but a little bit long. Able to pull round past the barrier nicely. Oh Lord, disconnected from tube, able to get back on track nicely, but Max has been able to shorten the gap back again. Oh Lord, having to go heavy on the brakes around the corner as he carried a little bit too much speed down the hill. Good jump across over the dirt section. Little bit wobbly from Max has allowed Lord to initially extend, but Lord wobbled too around the exit, and that allowed Max to shorten the damage. Good and clean through the tubes, nice clean exit. I believe they touched down around the same place. Both cutting off the end of the jump, nice and clean again, a little bit cleaner and lower from Max. Potential to close in. Sticking to this midpoint of the tube, Lord Life pulls round hard, goes through the stop strips, Max goes for it. I don't think the line was quite right, unfortunate by Max, but fantastic stuff in the attempt. Really unlucky Max, have to appreciate the effort, really going for it there. Knowing that you needed to get it clean, though, to take the pass. And that has allowed Lord Life to take second race away from you. That does make it 5-1. Heading in to the last two. 44.545 from Lord to 58.118 from Max. We'll be heading in to Duel of City Air for the final two tracks. It's dependent on the order. I believe it's Duel. This is GTX selected there by Max, I believe it is. The clique by Lord. Is in goat red. Oh, but it is Max. It isn't quite the goat red, I guess, but I did think it was Lord going with clique Max with GTX, but it was the opposite way round. Apologies for that. GTX using its acceleration nice and clean to pull away a slight lead, and the extra drive from the clique allowing him to pull ahead. There's Max now with the lead. A little slide from the clique is going to allow Lord in the GTX to come back slightly, but good curbs from Max. A little feathering of the throw. Oh, caught that nicely. Did look a little bit wobbly, but handled it really nice and clean. Pulls in to the centre of the jump, goes nice and long by both. Look at that drive from the cleat down the straight, clipping the curbs really nice and clean. and taking good lead. Now it's still really tidy in the clique. Ahead by Max, extending the lead slightly, and Lord cut that a little bit too much, trying for an extra little bit of curb boosted effect across the gap in the track. Has taken a big chunk of time lost there. Now Max, knowing he is going to be able to take it a little bit safer, we may see Lord taking a couple of risks to try and catch up. We'll give Lord a lap, half a lap to a lap to settle into himself, see what he's wanting to do, how hard he's going to push. We'll see the lap times as they come in. 1:30.854 on the first lap, really nice from Max. Only just down to the 27s, and it's only my first week getting under the 30 mark, so to do that in your first lap, I hope to see a good improvement upon it. Down to the 128, 127 mark, possibly even 26s if you get a nice clean run. Nice and tidy through this section again, nice and clean over the curbs, carrying speed, nice. Lord, I believe, heading through the loop himself. Dab brake, I believe, just giving the traction to get around the corner nice and clean. Touch the gap in the track nicely himself. No chance of the bonnet of the car or the bumper of the car bricking, clipping into that track piece. 1:28.657 from Max. See what Lord does as he comes across the line in a moment or two. Maybe a mistake on the final wall ride, because I believe he is just approaching the straight now. Lord maybe did go for it, and I don't think we're going to see much improvement. No, fortunately not from Lord. Nice clean lines from Max. Just apply the pressure. Gonna be able to take another race here, take it to 5-2, potentially with no mistake. Max, nice and cleanly, a little heavy off the barrier. We are going to flick to our man, Lord Life, see how much time he can rein back in. Good jump up by Lord, completing it nicely. Again, onto the higher piece of track, heading through the loop. To left round the corner, nice clean across past the barrier, not too hard. Nice and clean over the jump, just landing after heading in. The wall ride pulls up for it. A little bit too far to the left, sorry. Again. Blowout, huge sneeze, apologies again for that. Max has taken second race of the playlist for himself and taken it back 5-2. I can cleanly across the line, but again with that mistake on the final wall ride, not sure we will see significant time improvement upon it. It is a very tricky wall ride, but we do see Lord bring it down to a 1:35.029, taking 3 seconds off that time, so fair play to the lad. But the respawn did cost him a significant portion of chart time, and then a mistake on the first lap that we did see did allow Max to come away with that victory nice and strong. We do have City Air remaining. This is the final of Max's tracks. And as I say, it is 5-2 to Lord Life. Lord has confirmed himself the lead in to the second playlist. Nice pop of the horn from both the tyres on Max's car, taking the right side, left side of the track, Lord on the right side. On the brakes from both, Lord carries the speed slightly better. That's with a wider approach through the corner, maybe the car just adjusting itself. The car looking a little heavier across the curbs. I think that is lag a little bit closer to our speed. We may spend a little bit of time with Lord Life. Nice jump across from both. Lord is carrying the speed nicely into the tube. No issues with braking. Oh, Max disconnected from the tube. Really unlucky, Max. I am going to swap onto Lord. You do have big lead at the moment, Lord. Going in now to this mid portion of the track and follow my man Mike. I hope you very well. Nicely through the corner by Lord Life, carrying speed really well. Right, slow loop to the exit, slight feathering of the throttle, just to help keep the airtime nice and light. Looking through the right side of the stop strip, trying to minimise time caught up in it. Just so nicely to the edge of the track, swings back hard to the right into the tube, nice and clean, up high through the line, cross to the left. Ooh, does go in for it, he's gone through clean. Really nice by Lord Life, and that is going to apply the pressure to our man Maxwinenweed and allow Lord a strong chance of taking a sixth race and putting himself in a good, strong position for the second half tomorrow or in the next couple of days. Nice and cleanly over the little jump up, carries the speed nicely, feathers the throttle cleanly through the corner, not taking too much curve, plucking a little bit more there instead. Pulls a little bit to the left though, hung up on the edge of the ramp, accelerates a little bit too soon, reverses off the edge, and that is an unfortunate series of events, as I do say. Really unlucky there from Lord Life. Is once it went wrong, it continued to do so. Max is a long way back. Taking jump, maybe having failed the roost skip on the first attempt. Lord does have a significant lead. We are going to go back to Lord Life and allow Max to settle into it, but giving us a chance just to have a little look whereabouts Max was. Lord nice and clean through the stop strips, little honk of the horn as he aggressively chases the curbs on that left side of the track. Nice snaky weave to it through the corner, nice and clean. We do hear the bottom of the car scraping on the incline as he heavy brake up the hill. Nice and tidy, slight feathering of the throttle just on the exit. Nice and clean. Very tidy through this section. Again, just pulls through at the left point, just trying to shorten the time from the pivot as much as possible. Nice, clean, very clean approach into the tube. Very nice there, Lord Life, maximising the amount of drive you get up the hill, pulling yourself round into the cut again. Nice and tidy approach. Oh, it looked like you'd made it. Your front of the car had cleared the top, and the lag initially did show you making it across nice and clean to our eyes, but it then hung you back, pulled you back, and hung you up just on top. Brick does send you wide of the barrier, and you are, I believe, going to have to take the jump again. Believe you are still holding the lead though at the moment. Max is away behind 216 to 307. You can find you had a strong lead. No brick on the backflip this time, Lord. Very clean. Extends the jump lightly. Max, I think, is just approaching the huge section now, having fallen a long way behind. After a few mistakes really, lining up for the jump across. You may see Max take air. Didn't, just about to. Nice. Across the jump. Nice flare from Lord. Good barrel roll. Caught nice and clean. Caught the car air control nicely. Pulls in to the left side of the second tube aggressively and through the exit on heavy braking. Hung up lightly in the barrier, but again, with the lead he has, not going to do too much significant damage. We do see the time come down to 2:57.558. Maybe another mistake or two from Max. The mistakes on the cuts on this track costing significant time. With how far from the checkpoint does reset you on the tube exit, it can become quite tricky to regain that lost time. Lord capitalising on his experience on this track. Few of you know him as Andy Cash. This is LXRDLIFE. Nice clean transition from the tube to the track, shortening that time loss with the barrier clip nicely through the stop strips, this time from the left side after bashing heavy off the barrier. Aggressive into the tube, felt it was a little bit too aggressive, so he had to straighten it up. Wisely done there, Lord. Not wanting to lose any more time, give any more chances to hung up on the very bottom of the ramp, tries to catch it. It was just a little bit unwieldy. Unlucky there, Lord, but again, the time is strong enough ahead to be able to take the win. Now I'm going to flick back to Max, spend the rest of the time with him. This is no discredit to Max. LXRDLIFE has maybe played a bit of a blinder on him. It is friend of Lord, they do race together regularly. Good approach into the tube, this time from Max. Nice and tidy. Nicely through the tube, lines up for the skip. It's looking clean. Little clip of the back right, lands it really nice. Now we see Lord is waiting up this time on the line, not wanting to DNF his friend, and Max is on for an improved time, I believe here. Making sure Lord crosses the line, but that has cost him too much of an improvement there maybe. That has taken it to 6-2 in favour of Lord for the second playlist tomorrow night or in the next few days. We'll get that confirmed with them shortly and be letting people know in the coming streams. We'll stay on just in case LXRDLIFE pops back into the chat, so we can have a little chat with him about how he's feeling going forward into the second playlist. But he does have a good strong lead, 6-2. But as we did see with Esco v Heredia, it isn't over yet. Esco did have the 6-2 lead and Heredia was able to bring it all the way back. Esco really struggling to get that final win, and only managing to do so before the final race. I would like to say, I'm not sure if Andy is going to come back. Hassan, my man, no worries. I am always up for doing a bit of commentary these days. It's becoming a big hobby. And the support you guys show for it is incredible. Max, my man, thank you very much. And unlucky this time, but I'm sure we will see you do better in the future. And we know Lord is a good, tricky opponent. Andy Cash with a GG Maxi. GG bro from Max as well. And I will, unless Andy pops back in now, I'm not sure he's going to, but he's left the party. I think he'd already left the party before, so I was wrong about him coming into game chat. From game chat, I thought he just popped in. It happens, man. We all make mistakes from time to time. And like at this level, it is very, very fine mistakes. So it isn't really too much of a bad sell on the skill level, if that makes any sense. But I will catch you all later on. I'll be back in around an hour and a half for Randos v Kino. So just over an hour and a half, Randos v Kino, and followed by Jack v Spartacus in around 3.5 hours, 11 PM UK. Thank you all very, very much, and goodbye for now.